Grand Rising, beautiful people. Grand Rising. It's so wonderful to be on here with you this lovely Monday morning. It is July 13th, Monday the 13th. Monday, Luna Day, Moon Day. Also the 13th, the Divine Feminine. So what a wonderful day to be standing in on this energy, right? We got 7 and 13. So I'm really excited to share with you all this morning, because this morning while doing my work, I've been working through, I'm gonna give folks a little bit of time to find their way on in here. I don't want to start talking too much yet, but I do have a hard stop because I have to be online in another meeting at 9. So I'm welcoming you all, and I'm just really honored by this moment and opportunity in time. I want to talk with you about what's going on and what's coming through my spirit that I want to bring to the community. You are the community. You're my people. If you're here with me, you're my people, especially if you hang out for a little while. Now, if you're here with me, you might be one of my people, and you might want to find out what it is that I'm about to share with you. And let me tell you a little bit about myself. So my name is Sanahara Ama Chandra. I was born Chandra specifically. Small town girl from the South in the country, country-ish, small town, Florida. And why is that important? Because I want you to know who I am and a little bit about my story. I want to let you know that I am someone who has journeyed through a great deal of adversity, like many of you. I'm someone who has experienced a lot of things that nicked and pulled and cut away at my self-esteem, at my sense of self, at my belief in my ability to actually have what I want, to be free, and it never stopped my desire to serve, never stopped my desire to be there for others. And so as I've been doing a certain level of work, I'm ready to be completely inside of my own self, complete inside of my own self. That anything that I give from the overflow, but that I'm always whole, divine, perfect, and complete. And when you make that kind of an affirmation, when you make the affirmation to be perfect, divine, whole, and complete unto yourself, it means that you are stepping into a journey that might cause you to have to battle with some of your shadows, with some of your old beliefs. So I told you my name. I told you a little bit about my upbringing. I told you about some of my journeys. So I'll tell you about some of the most recent journeys for those who kind of follow me here. On July 10th, I celebrated my reborn day. And why is that important? Why is that? What do you mean reborn, rebirth? For those who know anything about NDEs, near-death experiences, for anyone who knows anything about an NDE, if you've ever had a time where you absolutely knew that death was here and you may or may not be back here again, or you may not wake up, this might be it. This is that. I went through a pretty significant one that included a battle. Like, seriously, when I tell you that it was a battle, I kid you not, it was a battle. Children were present. I fought, I lived, I stand, damn it, I'm here, right? However, the aftermath of that does not always mean that you, many times when you come through very difficult things, when you come through the dark, when you come through those spaces, no one tells you what to do. The shadows cling to you. The shadows cling to you, those beliefs and things that were still there. Just because I've succeeded there doesn't mean that I didn't have some other things that were unfinished business. And so that unfinished business and new business that I didn't know was my own cropped up in my life. I began journeying through PTSD. I began journeying through anxiety. I began journeying through overwhelm. I began journeying through a very long, dark night. And many people who knew me and loved me did not know that, because I worked to bring them my best, but I didn't always bring that to the people who were closest to me. And so I'm using that as a launch pad right now, as I have made peace with the fact that I cut myself off from the flow of love. Regardless of the shadows, regardless of the pain, I cut myself off from the flow of love. And I wouldn't have known it until I did it, right? I would not have known that I cut myself off from the flow of love, from the flow of wholeness, from the flow of connectivity and divinity and divine birthright until I went through it. I would not have known. Yesterday I said in a message, you don't know what you find until you find it. And so I didn't realize, I just thought it made sense that I was living in suffering. I just thought it made sense that I was living in suffering. I thought it made sense that I was living in pain. I thought it made sense that I was in a dark cloud. And every once and again, the sun would come out. And, when I would make music, I would shine. It would show up. It would be right there. Like we could go into a portal in my band. I was part of a pretty dope band for years. And we would sing all the time. I sang everywhere. During that journey, we would be in those spaces and I would be given the opportunity to experience light again. It would come through. Great rising, everyone. I'm so grateful for all of you who are here and witnessing this story, but I'm sharing with you to say that after just not being able to even stand my own self, I got these incredible nudges from spirit. These ridiculous, spirit just kept nudging me and pushing me. It pushed me to the floor, to my knees in front of my dusty altar. In front of my altar that had been deeply neglected. It pushed me there, so I had to clean it off. It pushed me to begin witnessing myself, and I didn't like it. And I didn't like life, and I didn't like the city, and I didn't like so many things. Like, how could I be love? Which is very important to me. How could I be love when I was struggling in my wholeness? I wrote a CD. I made a CD called Kitsugi. And in Kitsugi, it spoke about the cracks. And if you don't know what Kitsugi is, it's a process where you take the broken pieces and you put them back together with gold. So I put myself back together with gold, but I still had a lot of lead, impurities in it. And so I took the time. I've been on this journey right now, a deeper purifying, a deeper connecting, and opening back up to love. Now, here's the thing. There's a spiral loop. And I found myself spiraling into a longing as opposed to surrendering and accepting, right? So when you move in the energy of surrender and acceptance, I also went through a whole thing of rebalancing and reconnecting. And in my rebalancing and reconnecting, there was a moment in which I said I did work on energy rebalancing. And after I finished that, before I even started it, before I realized, what was going on, I had this thing like, I can't keep going like this. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it can't come from outside of me. Whatever it is that I need for me must come from me. It must always be with me. I want to keep it with me. I want to keep it safe. I want to keep it precious. I want to expand it. I want to put real clear understanding of what I need around it to keep it sort of like a plant. Can't be mad at the plant if you don't give it what it needs and it starts to die. So understanding myself means giving myself what I need so that I don't just die, but I flourish, that I bloom, that I grow. And that's a journey that each individual has to take. We have to each learn what makes us whole, what keeps us whole. And so this morning, I got up, I did my work, I did my prayers, I did my bath, I did started my exercise. Like I do episodes of exercise. So I went out and did a mile this morning. In Florida, so it's hot. You want to do stuff in the morning or in the evening. So I did a mile. I got some yoga to do. I have more ritual work to do. But while I was out there, I said, you know what we should do? As opposed to each morning me coming up with an idea, I want to take those who want to go with me on a journey to wholeness. We're going to do at least 21 days of affirmations through sound and sound healing. And a big part of that will be on wholeness, being perfect, whole, and complete. I will be spending a lot of time in that energy. So To that end, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure that you find a way to stay connected to me so that you can know when I'm coming on. And I will be uploading this journey to YouTube. Hey, YouTube folks. So I want to give you all, thank you so much, Darlene. And thank you so much, Brooke. I want to give you all a couple of instructions. If you could please like, share, subscribe, follow. You know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, follow. It matters. It matters to build up my energy, to be greater, have greater impact. The other thing that I have, picked up this book. I don't know if you're familiar with this book. It's called Spiritual Growth, Being Your Higher Self. This book came off my shelf this morning. I said, what book? And I saw this and I was like, I wanted to show up. And so you're going to be doing excerpts, I know, today from this book. We'll see how often we do different books. But this is a book I picked up at the library for like 10 cents, however many years ago. And it sat on my shelf. I was like, I need that book. It sat on my shelf until the day that I picked it up. I'm like, oh my God, I needed this book. So we're going to right now begin through reading some passages here. And then I'm just going to move into the beginning, opening of the way for this work with some of the bowls. And we're going to begin the process today. But if you are interested on a journey with me into greater wholeness, into deeper wholeness, into sacred detachment, into having an insulated self that helps you feel always lifted in your own energy bubble. And if you choose to interact with other people in that energy bubbles, then it's all good because you are good. So if that's something that resonates with you, let me know. Find a way to stay connected. I will be doing this at least for the next 21 days, possibly through my next birthday, my official birthday, which is August 10th. I was born August 10th. So really grateful about that. I get to see another birthday. That's pretty, I mean, I feel so blessed. I just feel really great. So let's see. I have that turned to this one page and I want to tell you what we are looking for. This is what's showing up. So it says, you can work in the inner planes by becoming inner directed rather than outer directed. Yes, I'm a Leo. All of it. But no, I'm pretty chill as far as Leos go. At least I think so. Somebody might say that's Leo ego too. Whatever. It's all good. I think everyone should have some ego. Period. So thank you, Claire. So we say here, as you live as your higher self, guidance and information will come from within rather than from without. Guidance from your higher self is received in your higher telepathic centers and transmitted to you through your imagination and your mind. That's a powerful understanding. Most of us do not believe in the power of imagination. We call it childish. But our mind and our imagination are powerful tools. And as we begin the journey inside, there's so much that we get to interact with. So thank you for letting me read a little bit from Spiritual Growth. That was a really small little teeny weeny bit. But this is a great book. You can find it. I don't know how much it is now. A lot of these spiritual books like this are costly these days. I'm so grateful for a library. So we're going to get started and yeah, let's see what comes up. So if you want to go on the journey, let me know. I appreciate your shares. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate your support, your tips. Everything helps. Sharing it, liking it, following it, subscribing to YouTube. For real. I got like 162 subscribers. I'd like to have a few more. But we're going to get started because like I said, I got to move forward with the day and the energy. So bless you. We're going to invite in the energy of the East, the energy of the South, the energy of the West, and the energy of the North. So grateful for our spirit guides, our ancestors, and all that lead us and keep us whole and keep us steady on our path, speaking to us here in this earth realm. May we all be blessed. May we all receive what we need in this offering. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to serve. Namaste. Repeat after me. I am whole. Repeat after me. I am well. Repeat after me. I hold joy. Repeat after me. I hold happiness. Repeat after me. I am enough. Thank you for being with me on this day. This is day 0. This is the beginning. We will take a journey to our wholeness together. We will just go through each day. 21, 28, we'll see. But we will go on a journey of wholeness together. And I thank you for being, journey people, journeyers with me. It means a lot. Thank you, Nevis. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I send you all blessings, light, and love. I hope that you're well. I'm going to go and make myself a smoothie. I been up and did I did my exercise. I was so proud. I got up and did all my good stuff. And that makes me proud of myself. So do some small thing, even if it's just drink your water. Sometimes that's enough. Do something, but affirm whenever the dark thoughts come. That will be a big part of our practice. When when the clouds threaten our sun, we have to affirm the sun is still there. I am whole. I affirm that I am complete. I affirm that I am divine. I affirm that this may be happening, but I am whole. You have to know it. You have to know it. You have to hold on to it. We're going to hold on to it. We're going to go on a journey together. I thank you so much for your energy this morning, and blessings, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.